We were referred to them by some friends of ours, some family friends, and have done a great job.
To learn about Becky and Paul from a gentleman who was selling me a new house that I was building. And that started the whole process of my working with them. And
we first heard about Paul and Becky through our builder who's currently building us a home and recommended Paul and Becky to us.
Well, we have both relatives and friends that have recommended you, and all were very positive comments, and the people felt like that you really served them well and helped them sell their home quickly relative to what it would have been otherwise. So
Paul and Becky are good friends of ours, originally church friends, went to Sunday school with them, and they started doing real estate work, and we decided to use them for the sale of our first home.
We heard about Becky and Paul through a really good friend of ours. She recommended Becky, and I called her up, and we started looking for houses.
We moved to Minnesota, and we learned about Paul and Becky from a referral from our Caldwell Banker agent in the Minneapolis area.
We were looking at a home that the sign was out in front, and we ended up calling, and that was the first contact we had with the Bochniak group.
When we first started talking about putting the house up for sale, we asked friends for recommendations of a realtor, and 3 separate individuals gave us Becky and Paul Bochniak's name. So we felt very comfortable that 3 different people recommended the same realtor.
Our experience with Paul and Becky was very pleasing. Both of them were just over the top, laid back, answered all of our questions. If we had any questions that couldn't be answered, they researched it and got back with us immediately.
They're so personable, and like Tim said, anytime we had a question, they were Johnny on the spot answering it for us. Made it very easy.
We found Becky and Paul to be very, very helpful, doing things that we would almost have family do for us, going above and beyond the call, running errands for us, finding contractors when we needed them. Just anything we asked for, they were on the spot to help us out.
The commitment that they had for us with Paul and Becky being able to meet us at the home each time, and conveniently just being able to work with our schedules, and being committed throughout the whole process.
And their patience as we tried to figure out what we were looking for.
They have been more than willing to help do anything that I needed done, from coming in and opening up the house and checking on my watering system, to the opportunity to visit and give me ideas about things that would be to my benefit in getting my house ready to go on the market.
I felt our experience was really great because we're in a market now that a lot of people were having difficulty selling their homes, and we were amazed that we went on the market, and with the work that you did, we ended up with a contract on our house in 55 days, which I tell people that they just absolutely do not believe us. It may not happen to everybody, but I don't think it would have happened unless we were working with Becky, and we had the activities of people coming in, working with them, and really working for us to make a sale. So we're really happy about that. It worked great.
Yes, and they were very helpful whenever we had questions. They'd get right back to us, email or call us, and we could just tell they had a lot of confidence and knew what they were doing. And so we felt like everything was taken care of, and we really didn't have anything to worry about.
Our real estate experience with Paul and Becky on the first time we sold our house was fantastic, but apparently it was one of the toughest sales they ever did in their career, and we really didn't know how bad it was. So if that says anything about Paul and Becky, they're really good at what they do. They keep the stress out of our end of it, and as far as we were concerned, it went relatively smooth.
We would definitely recommend Paul and Becky to our friends. In fact, we already have.
And I just think they do a great job for anyone wanting to sell, and to sell quickly.
Absolutely. Anytime that it comes up that somebody needs a realtor, they will be the first one on my suggestion list.
Me too.
Yes, I would say we would absolutely
positively recommend Paul and Becky to family and friends. They were always a step ahead in the process of buying a house. That saved us a lot of headache that we may have otherwise come across. So
we would definitely recommend Paul and Becky to anyone who's in need of assistance in selling or buying a home. They've just always been available, and we really appreciate their efforts.
And having bought six houses in the past, we found this to be one of the easiest transactions we've done because of their help.
I would definitely recommend the Bochniak group. We will be giving them as many referrals as we possibly can. We actually purchased one home and sold another home through the Bochniak group. Paul and Becky they're great, and we will try to send them all the business we can.
Yes, we would. They were recommended to us, and we would certainly recommend them to any of our friends that would be looking at selling their property.
Absolutely a phenomenal experience.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend Paul and Becky. I have no reservations whatsoever from either my experience or the experiences I know of other people that have worked with them. So yes, I recommend them very much.
I would gladly recommend Becky and Paul to anyone that I knew. It has been a very pleasant experience, and they are very professional, they're very kind and honest, and it has been a real pleasure working with them.